Assalamualaikum, thanks for joining me this Sunday. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi and these are the headlines. 16 more schools in Pasir Gudang ordered to close due to toxic air pollution. Finance Minister calls for probe into high cement prices in Sarawak. And senior citizen slashes girlfriend and son out of jealousy. Hello, it's good to see you again. The government will continue its initiative to take over other highway concessionaries if the takeover of the 4 tolled highways and the toll collection formula on those highways succeed. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng in a statement said that the takeover of the concession companies would be a pioneering project in an effort to ease the burden of the people. The takeover, according to him, will also reduce toll rates at non-peak times as they will be toll-free. However, other times will see a reduction from 5, 10, 15 to 30%, while the toll rates for peak hours will be maintained. He explained that this is a very significant improvement compared with the past. The government also does not have to fund its costs because when bonds are used to finance the purchase, the takeover will be financed by the toll rates collected, although the reduced rates are still able to cover these costs. Yesterday, the Finance Minister announced that the government has indeed made a 6.2 billion ringgit bid to take over 4 highway concessionaries, a deal that would save taxpayers 5.3 billion in compensation to the concession companies. Meanwhile, on rising cement prices in Sarawak, the Finance Minister said an investigation is necessary to determine whether the cause is the practice of local industrial monopoly in the state, although the government managed to curb rising cement prices in Peninsular Malaysia last week. The price of the commodity in Sarawak is significantly higher. Lim said cement is a basic building material and any substantial increase in cement prices will be redistributed into the economy. He stressed that this will then affect the buying power of consumers. The Finance Minister said the measure addressed public concern over the possibility of an increase in cement prices by as much as 40% in Peninsular Malaysia, as reported in the media last week. It also eased public concern that the major local cement producers have abused their market power to raise prices unfairly. For the time being, the inflation rate for consumers in Malaysia remains low and stable, with the Consumer Price Index for April 2019 rising only 0.2%, at the same rate as in the previous month. 16 more schools in Pasir Gudang were ordered to shut today until Thursday following new cases of air pollution. 13 students from 2 schools were rushed to the Sultan Ismail Hospital after suffering breathing difficulties and vomiting due to a mysterious smell. 49 others, meanwhile, sought treatment from nearby clinics. This is the second incident in students from another school just 5 kilometers away also suffered the same symptoms last Thursday.
Kalau kita lihat, kejadian ini murid-murid yang terlibat adalah murid-murid yang berada di tingkat 3 dan tingkat 4 di sekolah. Termasuklah pada hari Khamis. Kes hari Khamis pun di tingkat 4.
Other public education institutions, kindergartens and preschools in the area will also be ordered to close. The wide radius is to take into account the direction of the wind that is currently blowing from the south. Mohamad said they are very close to identifying the source of the air pollution and expects to make an announcement in a day or 2. Meanwhile, the Johor Department of Environment, DOE, is proposing to open a branch office in Pasir Gudang as there have been many cases of toxic air pollution there. According to its director, Wan Abdul Latif Wan Jaafar, 10 officers will be placed at the office so that immediate action can be taken. The opening of the new branch will enable better monitoring and investigation of pollution cases in the area.
Ya, itu memang dalam cadangan kita lah untuk meningkatkan keupayaan penguatkuasaan kita. Selain daripada kaki tangan, kita juga nak menambah dari segi peralatan dan juga kita nak dapatkan peralatan yang boleh detect pencemaran ini dengan lebih berkesan lah, supaya tindakan lebih berkesan kita akan dapat buat lah.
He explained that Pasir Gudang is currently under the jurisdiction of the Johor Bahru DOE office. In Johor, a dental prosthetist was charged today with the murder of his girlfriend at the Johor Bahru Magistrates Court. When the charge was read out to him before Magistrate Nur Aisha Ahmad, the 35-year-old accused Lim Seong Kim made no plea. He faces the death sentence upon conviction. The court set August 29th for remention of the case. The victim, 35-year-old Teo Kang Ling, was allegedly murdered on June 3rd, and her remains were recovered a week later in a box at the roadside at Taman Setia Indah, Johor Bahru. The victim's body was found wrapped with a plastic canvas cloth and was cemented in the box. A senior citizen reportedly slashed his 55-year-old girlfriend during an argument in a flat in Air Itam, Georgetown. In a fit of jealousy, the woman's son was also injured in the 2:45 a.m. incident when he tried to intervene. The suspect, a 61-year-old man, was believed to have been jealous and accused the woman of having another boyfriend. A fight then broke out where the man slashed the victims on their necks with a sharp weapon. By the time the police arrived, the woman and her 21-year-old son were found bloodied. The suspect, who has been detained, also suffered injuries to his head, face and stomach. Police are now investigating the case under the Penal Code for causing grievous hurt by dangerous weapons. In Terengganu, police confirmed that there was a bullying incident at a secondary school in Kuala Terengganu in a case that went viral involving two students, one a Form 4 student and the other a Form 2 student. Terengganu Police Chief Dato' Aidi Ismail said police who have yet to receive a report from the school believe that the incident was triggered when one of the students started mocking the other. In the 14-second footage of the incident recorded on camera, the Form 4 student was seen hitting the other in a classroom at the school in Sitiu. As a result, the latter sustained bruises to his face and chest. It was reported that the incident took place yesterday, but the school has yet to launch a police report. Terengganu Education Department Director Shafruddin Ali Hussein, when contacted, confirmed the incident. He said the school principal and the Sitiu District Education Office have been asked to immediately launch a police report. 20 foreign GROs attempt to flee authorities during a late-night raid at an entertainment outlet Selangor last night was foiled after they were found hiding in a secret room that was discovered through a hidden passage. Police had to break into the premise that was located at Jalan Layang Layang, Bandar Puchong Jaya via the back door at about 11 p.m. upon being denied entry at the main entrance. The GROs, who were entertaining patrons at the time, had fled to a secret room on the first floor of the premise. Checks found that the GROs had broken regulations under the Immigration Act and that the premise had been operating without valid license. 3 Bangladeshi workers and 3 local caretakers of the premise were also detained. They were all taken to the Subang Jaya Police Headquarters for further action. The 15 bodies and skeletal remains of the Batik Orang Asli tribe, who are believed to have died of measles, were buried in one grave today at Kampung Kuala Koh, Kelantan. Almost 100 people attended their funeral, which was handled by Kelantan Religious and Malay Customs Council, MACC. The remains, including those of a 1-year-old boy, arrived at the Tengku Mohamad Faiz Mosque in Gua Musang for funeral prayers performed by 50 people. Members of the media were not allowed to attend the burial for safety reasons, as the Kuala Koh settlement has been declared a red zone by the government. A measles outbreak was believed to have spread quickly through the community and killed the 15 victims. The last victim to die was 3-year-old Nasri Rosli on June 16th. The government had blamed the infection on the low immunization coverage among the Batik tribe community. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, said today that a tweet purportedly by its chief Latifah Koya announcing that those sponsored to perform the Hajj pilgrimage by One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB from 2011 to 2018 would have to pay back the money is fake. Latifah took to Twitter to upload a screenshot of the picture along with a bold red caption on top that read, "Fake." The tweet has been circulating on social media platforms, raising questions and concerns. The circulated screenshot claims that action would be taken against those who did not return the money within 30 days. The 1MDB scandal came to light following MACC investigation into the alleged misappropriation of government funds by the company. When we come back, Monsta X live in KL. Details next. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi and you're still with us on 7Edition. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad today met with Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. Both leaders discussed bilateral, regional and international issues for common interests to further strengthen the close ties between Thailand and Malaysia.
Both countries are working together to boost trade volume. Malaysia is Thailand's fourth largest trading partner in 2018, with bilateral trade accounting for about $11 billion in the first quarter of this year, with an increase of 1.86%. Earlier, the Prime Minister attended the opening ceremony of the 34th ASEAN Summit, which saw the ASEAN Chairman and Prime Minister of Thailand present his vision for the 10-nation regional grouping. He then attended a meeting of the Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area, which was also attended by the leaders of all three countries. Tun Dr. Mahathir then attended the Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand Triangle meeting chaired by Indonesian President Joko Widodo. The progress report is presented to see how current economic challenges can further strengthen ASEAN and its role in trade war situations between the US and China.
Speaking to the Malaysian media this evening, Tun Dr. Mahathir said the 10-member ASEAN grouping is not dominant. He stressed that unlike other regional groupings, ASEAN is able to work together and is peaceful. And due to that, the grouping has great potential.
ASEAN is one region which has not only been able to work together and grow each other's economy, but also ASEAN is peaceful. Having heard all the reports and the talk given by each member, I feel that ASEAN has got great potential, and I think with some of the ideas mooted during the discussion, we can play a role in order to grow each other's country.
Today is the last day of the 34th ASEAN Summit, held under the theme of Advancing Partnership for Sustainability. Now let's hop on to our daily segment Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. In South Africa, a heartwarming video of a 27-year-old teacher dancing with his pupils to celebrate the school holidays recently went viral on the web. The video was uploaded on Facebook about a week ago when the holidays officially kicked off in the country and has since raked in over 700,000 views. Take a look. The school teacher known as Amel Smith has been dancing regularly with his law school Verburg pupils during practical periods, giving him the edge of learning new dance tricks. According to Smith, he and his pupils usually dance to warm up or at the end of the programs just to make the children feel special at school. But recently, the results of their final exams came out just before their 3-week break, and the pupils scored tremendously well. That's when they decided to show their happiness through this video. Social media users have since responded positively on the post. Apparently, this is not the first time that Smith, who regrets his teachers never danced with him, made headlines. signs. In 2015, he stood on a street corner carrying a placard, which indicated that he was seeking his dream woman. The Aidilfitri celebration continues with people attending open houses, a local tradition that's meant to bring people of different races and cultures together. However, for some people, such tradition might be too distant for them to understand, let alone practice. In conjunction with the month of Shawwal, KPJ Ampang Putri decided to bring festive joy as well as offer a first-hand experience of togetherness to the residents of Nur Hati charity organisation. Our reporter Miza Shafiza Muhammad Fuad has the details.
This house is what stateless and abandoned children, single mothers, people with disabilities, troubled teens, as well as mu'alaf call home. Funded by Nik Mohamad Zaid and his mother, Rumah Pelindungan Nur Hati has always been a shelter, a sanctuary, as well as a refuge for those in need for almost 19 years.
Actually, this idea from my mum lah. Dia starting from 2000 lah. Dia start this house. Dia sebab kasih sayang. Then they start because at the same time they work in a hospital. It's a social hospital. So during that time, every day dia punya kerja dia akan cari orang susah. So they're willing to help orang susah, dia tolong orang susah. So that's why lah. Actually this house dia terbitnya spontaneous. Dia sebagai spontan je. Dia tak ada because kita tak terniat nak buat rumah kebajikan. Tapi my mum ni lah sifat kasih sayang dia because dia tak boleh tengok orang susah dan dia start lah this house lah.
The organisation consists of 64 residents, ranging from babies and children aged between 4 and 17 years old, all from various backgrounds. According to Zaid, the residents were provided with care, protection, as well as education. He added the shelter's expenses can reach up to 25,000 ringgit per month.
The event today basically is to sambutan Hari Raya with those who are staying here, and at the same time to inform them that we are going to provide additional help in terms of to improve the facilities here. So the toilets, the washroom, we're going to rectify all those which we think is not in a good shape.
And it's not shocking to see the way they live or anything like that. I've lived here quite a while myself. It's a bit tight because, of course, they try to help as many people as they can, and as many children as they can into the home. And so, again, anything we can do, try to do, and then hopefully it makes a big difference for them.
The event also saw the executive director handing over a cheque of 10,000 ringgit as a donation to the residents. To ensure the safety of the shelter, fire extinguishers and smoke detectors were also installed prior to this. During the Ceria Aidilfitri event, the children were also treated to a magic show, an Iron Man mascot, as well as a cupcake decorating activity, followed by a sumptuous Aidilfitri lunch spread. The residents also need special medical attention. For that purpose, a pediatrician was roped in to conduct periodic checks on the infants as well as the children, who make up the majority of the residents there.
From my observation, they have most of them have common colds, respiratory infections, because it's very easy to spread, especially within when you stay together. And then on top of that, they do have skin problems like scabies, impetigo. Some of them have eczema, and of course lice.
The prescriptions, however, she added, does not only depend on the visits she makes, as the residents will be sent to KPJ right away once they fall sick. Miza Shafiza Muhammad Fuad for 7Edition.
Truly heartwarming. Korean boy band Monsta X attracted 5,000 fans in their third world tour concert held at Stadium Melawati in Shah Alam. Their electrifying performance on stage kept their fans, mostly young female adults, thrilled throughout their performance. Our trainee reporter Nur Fatima Zara Ahmad went to the concert to find out what makes Monsta X so popular.
Okay, man, let's go. K-pop has landed here in Malaysia once again, and this time, a 7-member boy band group named Monsta X is holding their world tour concert here in Stadium Melawati Shah Alam. This isn't the first time they are here though, but fans are very still excited about their first ever solo concert here in Malaysia. Monsta X was back in Malaysia for the second time since their first appearance last year in August for the K-Wave 3 Music Festival. For this world tour, Monsta X played in 18 stops in various countries, including North and South America and in Europe. This time around, they didn't have to share the stage with other K-pop artists. Tickets for the concert ranging from 300 to 700 ringgit started selling on April 22nd, and the response from their loyal fans known as Mon Bay Bay was very encouraging. We met with the CEO of MACC Berhad, the organizer of the concert, and he said the tickets were almost sold out before the concert began.
I can't have the exact report now, but I would say more than 90% was sold out. As you know, next week we will have our G Friend coming on, and then by early August we will have Westlife for 2 days, and then we will have our Walking with Dinosaurs family show going on by end of August, and then we've got one more show we're going to announce on Monday.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed now, and I still cannot really believe that I'm here. The reason why I choose to be in Monsta X concert because I really like them. I've been supporting them since they debuted, so like now they have like their official concert here, so of course I need to come.
Clearly, fans can't wait to come inside, and they can expect the boys to bring their A games into their performances. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! The heart-throbbing 3-hour concert performed by the handsome idols left their female fans out of breath. A total of 23 songs and acts, including hit songs such as Shootout, Alligator, and Play It Cool, was performed outstandingly by the group.
It was nice, awesome, and I enjoy it. And it really released my stress, actually. I've been working all day long and waiting for this concert for the past, I think we purchased the ticket last month. So it was great, really. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It felt like a dream, dream come true. It was really, I can't even speak right now because it was very, one of the best experience I ever had in my entirety life. And I feel like if they ever coming back next year, then I will definitely down for it. Yeah.
The only downside to the concert was when one of the members, Won Ho, could not perform on stage. According to the organizers, he had lost his passport, and upon arrival at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, he was denied entry into Malaysia and had to return to South Korea. The group made a heartwarming promise to the fans to come back next year. Fans will definitely have high expectations for their next concert. Nur Fatima Zara Ahmad for 7Edition.
When we return, plane full of skydivers crash. Don't touch that dial. Hello again. 5 men have been arrested and more than 300 kilograms of crystal and methamphetamine or ice worth at least 340 million baht or $11 million were seized in the largest haul of crystal meth in Kanchanaburi, Thailand. A team of soldiers, police and local officials manning a road checkpoint at the Tong Pa Pam intersection signalled 2 pickup trucks to stop for a search at around 8 p.m. on Friday. The search found 126 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine hidden in secret compartments in the bed of the first pickup. In the second pickup, 700 bundles containing a total of 14,000 speed pills were found hidden in a secret compartment under the driver's seat. The drivers of the trucks have been detained. Meanwhile, the remaining drugs were seized from a Nissan Navara pickup and a Toyota Camry, which were travelling ahead of the two pickups. Authorities say the haul could fetch up to 1.7 billion baht if smuggled out of the country. Now, none of the 11 people aboard a skydiving plane survived when it crashed shortly after takeoff on Friday evening in Hawaii's Oahu Island. The twin-engine plane was setting off for a sunset tandem flight when it crashed around 6:30 p.m. local time at the Dillingham airfield. Those aboard the plane included 3 customers and 6 employees. The smoke from the crash could be seen from miles away, and the plane was fully engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived at the scene. According to observations, winds were light an hour before and 20 minutes after the crash. No rainfall was reported at those times. Authorities say they will investigate the cause of the incident. The latest on the 2019 Copa America, Brazil finally gave their fans something to smile about after romping to victory over Peru in their final group game in Sao Paulo on Saturday. The hosts scored 3 goals in a superb first half and cruised into the quarter-finals. Looking like their imperious old selves in front of 42,000 fans at the Corinthians area, Brazil went ahead after 12 minutes when Casemiro nodded home after a goal-mouthed scramble, and Roberto Firmino made it 7 minutes later. Man of the match Everton added a third, and Dani Alves made it 4-0 8 minutes into the second half. Substitute William made it 5 with a vicious strike from outside the box in the final minute before Galese made up for his earlier error by saving a spot kick from Gabriel Jesus in stoppage time. Brazil will next face one of the best third-place countries from Group B or C in the last 8. Children in Yangon, Myanmar will no longer need to walk far from their home to school now that recycled bikes from Malaysia and Singapore are donated to more than half of the children living there. Take a look at the heartwarming smiles from these children as they ride their new bike. I'm Ras Adiba Radzi. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again. Assalamualaikum.